Yeah,
you guys
I had a
provided lot
blast.
of
Like
content.
anytime you guys want us to come on, drop us a line. We'll be there.
It's nice to have other people play Commander other than just me sometimes. Not looking at anybody, but just kidding.
Yeah,
Well, you're definitely gonna have to get the MTGO
Yeah,
and add us.
I've been looking at trying to do it for a while now, and I've been like him-hawing what I want to do, and I
Like
feel
I
like
said, do the 20 or the $10 ticket
gotcha.
challenge.
I'll just build my tree folk.
You know, if you
'Cause it's all
guys
garbage,
if
jank,
you guys
fun
continue
stuff
to
anyway.
push me about that, I might just jump in as well.
Oh, he can. You just push him a little bit.
Yeah,
He
come on,
doesn't
you
take
guys
much.
can
Do it.
Skype call
Do it.
in anytime.
Yeah, if you want to.
we do it regularly. Like
So-
when we do MTGO, we
How do
always
you know
have
if
Skype.
you're playing against somebody else that's playing a $10 ticket deck, or does it
Well,
matter?
it would just be all decide and jump
Yeah.
in the same group, right?
Sometimes when we have the fans around, we'll play. Oh, let's play our 10 tickets because a lot of the fans build that as well. It's a great budget format.
Plus, I mean, like generally the 10 ticket decks, they're not
much
bad
worse.
decks.
Because, like I said, there's cards that aren't worth anything online, even though
But they're great in
really
EDH.
cards. Like the
Like-
duels now, you can get them all
yeah,
super
like
cheap.
original
cheap.
dual lands, they're
Yeah.
like $3.
Yeah.
What original dual lands?
Cheapest one's $3.
The
Most
alpha beta
expensive
ones,
is
Wait, which dual lands?
The original
Dual
ones, the
lands.
alpha betas. Like Tundra is the most expensive for 13.
They're $3 or
yeah,
13.
like
What?
Badlands, yeah, $2.
Savannahs are
$2
about
ticket.
$250.
So they're
or
marketing on
Vintage
motos
Masters.
that we. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, it's
right.
because there's no redemption. So
Yeah.
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
so
the
so
vintage.
if there's no redemption, then that sort of changes the market.
So wait, how much would like a survival of the fittest go for? You think?
Oh, survival, $2 maybe.
Yeah, $2.
I need to play this. I could just
Yeah,
let's just build my deck for like dirt cheap.
Actually, one of the websites that we really like using is MTG Goldfish.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and they have like the paper and the
That's
online-
eventually what our app is going to be. It's going to have all the all of our app.mtgu.com will have pricing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that's one of the sites that we like to that I'm trying to model things on a little bit. Why
Yeah,
are
it's
we
a great site.
Why are we counting in the
1-0 -1.
That's Monkey.
Oh, Monkey, I told
He's
you
one
not
of
to
our
count.
viewers.
Does he
We
just-
apologize for Monkey.
No, Monkey's been hanging out with us for a bit
he's
now
been-
too.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, because we like to make sure that our fans are aware you guys are around.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
So
when
now
I stream on either when I stream on Wednesday, I'll go, oh, I'm not going to be around tomorrow because I'm going to be watching MTGU or something.
Yeah,
So-
you best believe
I always
it.
feel bad when you guys jump in chat too, because I'm always like, "Oh, hey guys," like, but we're like,
yeah.
No,
no,
we,
it's
we,
fine.
we fully understand, and then sometimes I almost feel bad because I don't want because a lot of our viewers do watch you, so I don't want to be like, hey, how's it going, and then the chat erupt with like, oh, hey, Greg, how's it going, Greg?
it's totally cool, man.
that
like,
one time when I was just testing out my setup and you guys had all
came
your
on
guys
the
come over.
Monday.
That was so funny. Hey, Casual Commanders told me to come over and say hi, guys.
yeah.
And
that was
But
pretty
first, I jumped over.
Yeah, it was like,
'cause I'm
get off our turf.
I
got
know,
a phone
that was
message. I'm
awesome.
like,
That was so funny.
"Huh, you don't say. Jumped over. Get off our turf.
Yeah,
So-
Also, sorry, real quick, the cheapest survival of the fittest is 16 cents.
Oh wow.
I am getting on Moto, and I might just build my deck now.
You have to understand how tickets work over there, but it's okay.
Like it's
not-
like $1 a tick, isn't
yeah,
it?
but
Or is it
but what
$4
happens
a
is
tick?
if you shop with the same place, they'll
They
store
save.
up. They'll store up what you've already spent.
You're-
So
right.
if you gave them one ticket, you'd have to give them a ticket for that 16 cents.
Which is fine because you could
But-
probably find other stuff.
But then
Yeah.
or if you didn't, next time you need something, go look at that seller.
and then buy something.
And-
from
But
the seller
there's
again.
there's a lot of great sites that'll. So, for instance, MTGO wikiprice.com indexes all the MTGO library run bots, which is a software creator that runs
Right.
the bots. So it'll index all those prices for you, and they've just added a feature that'll tell you how much credit you have with each bot.
Oh, that's a great
really,
feature.
really handy.
Exactly. So,
So
I
you can
might
do it
spend that
before you go into the
16
bot.
cents on the cheapest buy, and then the next time, I've probably got a couple bucks sitting around 20 or so different bots.
Exactly.
Right. But the only downside with that is that you have to go to www.shikaboy.
What are you talking about,
That's a
man?
Monty Python reference.
Icky.
Oh yeah, the Knights of Knee.
Yeah.
We are no longer the Knights of Sea Knee. Now we are the Knights that formerly say "It's good way" or whatever
Yeah,
they say.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am
one
sorry.
little warning though, it's very easy to just buy a lot of tickets on MTGO.
Yeah, like
It's easy to spend money.
In July, I spent too much money.
Yeah, you're talking about pimping out all your foils. Well, you could spend $100 at 3 a.m. in the morning completely naked.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you're instead of having
Well,
to go to the
that's
cards,
I'm
partially-
gonna do that anyway.
I've had to delete eBay.
That's
You don't have to
partially-
wait for the mail to come.
it's like
I've had to delete the eBay app on my phone because I'll sit and I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
God.
bored.
But this is much worse.
Bid,
This
bid.
is much worse
When you're
because
drunk?
you get those cards instantly. It's just like, man, I could really use a Carador for this Carador deck. It's like, well, I can buy one right now. It's like, well, I got to get all these other cards. Oh, look, there they are.
I had to do the same thing.
All I
with
have to
deleting
do is type in
eBay
my
app,
credit
though.
card again. I'm gonna do that.
And information?
Oh, it's
I
so
just
bad.
have to hit submit and I get it. What?
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
have to
Well,
watch out
part
for
of that
but-
is that when you're inebriated, your inhibitions break down, and
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you think, well, that's only it's just easy to make those decisions, or easy to
Yep.
make.
Yeah.
Well, that's the main reason I had to delete the eBay app is because I would get inebriated, and then I would order things that I forgot I bought.
Oh.
So the mail would come, and I go, well, where did this come from?
And
Oh, thanks, drunk Greg. That was very nice of you.
and it would be something really bizarre, like a leather egg beater.
A leather egg beater.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That
What
would
do you
be
shop
probably the
for
weirdest thing ever.
online? Just kidding. That's a very eclectic store there.
This goes back to my
Or
closet
eccentric.
experiences where I just sit back and cry.
Although I will say, I wish Damon never shared his $50 tampon story, because
Why?
that lesson I took away from that is like, oh yeah, I could hide packs of Magic cards in the food bill.
I
did it.
And so now I don't
He
buy the
has a
fat packs,
gambling
but
problem.
now I have a gambling addiction. So
Yeah.
thanks, Damon.
I did the same thing. I mean, I go to Target and I find myself wandering longingly by the fat packs.
Yeah,
Just
I have
looking
no
over-
reason to go to the toy aisle. Why am I in the toy aisle?
Oh, they're in our Target. They're at the front of the store.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
At our Target, they're at the front of the store, but in our Walmart, which is closer
Oh.
to me,
Oh.
by a street.
Block.
I don't care what
Is,
I'm getting from
just
anywhere.
indicates.
I always find myself in the toy aisle,
Mm-hmm.
staring
Well,
longingly
yeah,
at
me
these
too.
Star
You,
Wars.
you got to go check out the Nerf weapon, see if they
Oh,
have any
that
cool.
too.
And as
Lego.
far as I'm
I still
concerned,
check the Lego
if the
section
wife
out,
makes me
yeah.
buy tampons, I have it coming to me.
If there's a Boba
Yeah,
Fett
exactly.
slave one, I'm
I
like,
have it coming to me.
Absolutely.
I did do that though. I bought a whole lot of sleeves under the food bill about
Yeah.
a week ago. Like,
But
oh,
here's
yeah,
the thing:
we-
is like
we
at the
need
big
cat
box
food.
stores, they're always more expensive.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
some of the things, like I can find once in a while, you can find these commander decks and things like that for
Yeah, like the Mind Seas deck from last year.
discounted. You know.
I bought 3 of the Mind Seas decks for like manufacturer suggested retail price. Cracked them open, sold off the True Name Nemesis, made profit off of a couple other cards that I didn't need because I already had like 12 Soul Rings.
Right.
So it was infinite profit. Like if they could have kept on stocking them, I would have just made a lot of money.
Yeah,
That was
for
great.
their first like 3 or 4 months out
Yeah.
before they started putting 2 of the Thought Seas decks or Thought
yeah, before they
The Mind
did it
Seas,
that
yeah.
way.
Mind Seas. Yeah, they started putting 2 of them in, and then they started to drop them price really quick.
Yeah.
Well, I think I ended up buying about 5 of the Mind Seas decks. Kept one,
Wow.
sold off the rest.
See, I bought one. I have this bad habit of only buying like one thing. I hate buying I hate buying precons. I just can't
No.
do it for some reason.
Although I'm one of those guys, like I never break up. Like so, I bought the whole set of Plane Chase. I've never sold a card of the Plane Chase because then I wouldn't
did.
have the full.
Right.
So the Mind Seas deck was the first time I parsed out some of my pre-constructed commander decks.
So you're a purist then at heart, aren't you?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, they just sit in a box and do nothing.
Oh.
Like, why didn't I sell those Edric's when they were, worth over
$10 a
$10
piece or
but,
whatever. Yeah.
But no, that would have diluted. Then I wouldn't have the full deck.
Yeah.
Right. Or the Baleful Strixes and all that fun stuff too.
Yeah, exactly.
Did
I sold
you?
those as soon
What do
as
you guys
I-
think about the new dual decks? The 4-pack. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the
Whatever. What do you guys thoughts on that? Like
they seem pretty cool. Like I mean,
the
I
they're
think that
Oh,
the
representing the
dual
dual
decks-
decks.
the big kit, the kit that has all the old reprints in it, right?
yeah, like Tezzeret and
Like $100 for the whole thing or something like that. You
Yeah.
I
get,
think it's a steal of a
you get
deal.
4 or 6.
You get 8
Oh,
total
8.
decks, which is 4 dual
Yeah.
decks.
So sorry, I think I'm missing it. Which dual deck is this?
The original 4 dual decks that they had. There was like
Goblins versus
Tezzeret
Wolves.
versus
They reprinted those.
what's her face?
Demonic.
They're doing them all as like one
As a-
set.
yeah.
And I think it's really cool for new players that are looking to get into it because like the dual decks are great. Like when I was trying to teach my girlfriend, I got the Coalition versus the Phyrexian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one, and I wanted to teach her how to play Magic, and I didn't really want to build 2 separate decks just to teach her.
Plus, you want something balanced.
Exactly, and
Yeah,
the
well, and
balance
that's-
thing. So I bought that, and I'm like, which one do you want? She's like, oh, I want the multicolor one. I'm like, you probably shouldn't, but sure. And
No,
they
you
were
don't
really
here.
good. Yeah, they
Well,
were really good for teaching her because like it has a little strategy thing, and it teaches you all the rules. And the dual decks,
And they're
Yeah,
flavor
well,
great
that's
reasons.
really their new player products
Yeah.
because with them getting rid of the core set, which they've always that's our introductory to the new players. They're going to focus on the Clash packs and the dual
pre-con
decks and the
pre-con
pre-con
decks.
Yep.
the intro packs, which is good. It's a good plan.
Especially where a lot of them comes with a planeswalker, and that's sort of like the holy grail for a lot of the newer players. Is
Mhm.
oh my
Yeah.
God, a planeswalker.
Yeah, that's like the #1 question people come in and ask. Like,
What's
so
a
my
pl-
friend has a planeswalker. How do I get rid of it? I'm like, well, you just kill it dead, and then make sure that it never comes back.
I remember asking how these planeswalker things worked. I mean, because I dropped Magic for a while after Zendikar. I was playing a little Zendikar, and then I started playing, but I wasn't serious. I was just collecting, and so then I started playing again with Ravnica, and I was like, okay, tell me. I don't know what's going on here.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Once you get back into the game and start,
You got to learn
playing
all
again.
that new stuff.
Yeah, so how do these lands work?
What
So
do you-
you play a land and then you tap
And
it?
you put them in front of your
you-
other permanents.
No,
You tap
It's a
it?
trap. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
And then you turn them upside down when you use
Don't
them.
do it.
that was like the funniest thing that Damon did is on one of our Fight Club nights. He did white bordered basics, and I was like,
Nice.
oh, like,
I've thought about doing that on MTGO because just to mess with people.
Just-
Get the ugliest white-bordered land you can.
Because it's MTGO, you can have basically whatever lands you want.
I
Right.
actually like doing that with the sack lands.
Wait,
or
don't the
fetch
unhinged lands cost money though, or do you just get to pick them?
No, so lands do actually have a monetary value just as anything
they're-
else. So
yeah.
right now I've been trying to get like 30 or so of each of the guru lands. Because,
Which are really cheap.
yeah, online they're around 50
$1.50,
cents.
Yeah.
How do you pick them up?
You could buy them just at the.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, did they like? Is there? Can you open them in booster packs or something?
No, no.
So
Or
these
is
were
it just a wizard's vendor?
promotionals that were released,
Oh,
and you were
okay.
given them based on some criteria.
Okay.
I'm not sure specifically.
Spending
those.
money in the
They
store or
just
something like
they
that.
just ship them out to people, or not shipped.
Yeah, so
but-
like you asked about survival of the fittest. I've got 3 survival of the fittest foil promos because I logged in during the Community Cup weekend.
Oh. I wonder if
And
I
then
logged
there's a
in.
monthly
Oh, I
promo
probably
for
didn't.
Mox points, like how many Masters points you get. There's one for spending a certain amount of money doing events, and those are the 2 that come out every month.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then they periodically release them for all kinds of different things.
Huh.
This is like cardboard crack, but virtual. I don't want any of this anymore.
Yeah, you don't.
Like I
You do
played
not
WoW,
want
and I
this.
knew what that did to me, and
Oh,
Moto
I gave
feels
up
like a
WoW a
trap.
long time ago. But
Yeah, me
I-
too.
And now you're playing Magic.
Cataclysm
Way to go.
killed me.
I follow the MTG Finance thing, and I don't know. I haven't put money into MTGO in several months.
Really? That's very good.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I haven't either, but that's for a different reason.
Although, like, so for example, I bought 6 Chasm Skulkers for 60 cents last week, and I sold them yesterday for $2.
Nice.
Because of the new deck, and yeah, that's the kind of the interesting, right? You can kind of actually, like, I know Kevin, which we talked about, like, from Rogue Deck Builder, when he got into it, he actually just took some money and just started buying up cards and doing that, like, buy-sell thing to try to build up his collection, and, over the course of a couple of months, he was able to kind of get into whatever deck he wanted. I mean, granted, like, he was doing this for, like, a living, which is different than casually, but, I mean, yeah, it seems like it's a whole different market, right? than
Yeah,
people
well,
imagine.
the market adjusts much more quickly.
It does.
Mhm.
So during Pro Tour, there was that, the Jeskai combo deck,
Ascension,
and it ran Astral Cornucopia.
Right.
Yep.
When that hit the table, I was watching the live stream. When that hit the table, I bought up as many as I could for 16 cents.
Wow.
And you sold
By
for like
the next
$2?
day, they had hit $1, and by the day after, they were back down to 16 cents.
Wow.
So it was like bear bull.
So did you
More
sell
like
it?
bear
Did you
market,
sell
or
it at
sorry,
the right
bull
time?
market.
Oh, I did because I didn't. I was like, it's $1. I've already made my. I wanted to lock in the profit, and
Because
I kind of figured
if you would have held on to it, then
died.
it would have been like, oh crap.
Well, it's a fad, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a card that's not great in anything.
Yeah,
but
the demand
this
was
deck
there
did
for that
something
day.
Cool. Yeah.
Travis Wu's really good at spiking cards online now. he'll build up a deck and then the cards spike and then they'll go back down.
You know, like just speculation here. I love Travis Wu, but I'm almost curious to know if he just like he's like, I have 30 of these cards. I'll play this deck.
I'm sure he knows by now to buy a bunch of the cards that he's putting into his deck and then selling into his own hype. I'd assume he
It's
did.
a smart thing to do. I mean,
It's like pseudo insider trading.
Well,
Look,
there's no
that you're controlling.
There's no
No.
Federal Trade Commission to
There's not.
oversee him either. So
there probably will never will be because we're playing a collectible card game,
Right.
right?
We are, but we're also growing at a substantial rate.
growing so fast.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of that I think has a lot to do with what Wizards is doing with their advertising and like their promos and stuff, and like the things that they're doing at pre-releases. Like they're really upping their game with everything, and
Yep.
and even just the way that they're releasing their products and the products that they're releasing. Like they're making it a lot more accessible to new people. They're giving the people what they want. Like I mean, fetch lands being reprinted.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, dude, I was
they're
so
doing
stoked.
something right.
I absolutely agree. I just wish that they would do something more for their off products. Their what all do they do? Their video games and such. I'm absolutely convinced that this Magic movie is going to be a absolute fail.
It's gonna be
And
horrible.
it's not
the
going to
thing
go
is
anywhere.
They've put the movies really on the back burner because they look
Yeah.
at numbers. Like they look, X-Men made a lot of money at the theater, but it didn't make anyone buy an X-Men comic.
No.
Right.
And so they're looking at those kinds of things and going like, yeah, it'd be really nice and they might make some money at the box office, but it's not going to make anybody play Magic.
It needs to be a separate thing, almost. Like,
Yeah.
it's like the Dungeons and Dragons movie. There's a lot of people that
Although
went
I
and
think-
watched it and liked it, but not very many people went and
I
wanted to
don't
play
think
D&D.
anybody
after
Yeah,
that.
liked
no one's
it.
buying a player's
I don't think
handbook
anybody really
because of
liked
that
it
movie.
either, but that's, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? No, it didn't get anybody excited to go play D&D, right? So, whereas Lord of the Rings probably did a better job at
Well,
that.
that's because the game D&D compared to the movie is actually quite different.
Right, but...
Different, but much better.
Although I gotta say that
Agreed.
Marvel right now, everything Marvel does, dude, like they just make people buy comics like crazy. I don't understand.
Guardians
it.
of the Galaxy
Yeah.
was an amazing movie.
Like
Yeah.
I remember reading Guardians of the Galaxy and like they're making this into a movie. I'm like a month after I had read it, I'm like, oh cool. And then
Yeah.
like immediately once it dropped, like we couldn't keep Guardian of the Galaxy on the shelves. Like it was just
It was so good.
Yeah.
Such a great movie.
Yeah, like
I'm behind
Marvel
on my
movies
Marvel.
are
They
all
just
about
killed
the
off
same to me.
Wolverine too, actually.
Yeah.
So brutal. He
The
hasn't
one-
read the last issue.
No,
Oh,
I'm
no
done
spoiler-
halfway
no
through
spoilers.
Third
So
issue because I was
good. How
sitting
he
here.
died
So-
I was sitting here
was-
reading
no
it.
spoilers, but the boat sinks.
The boat sings.
Does he
Never
die
let
at
go,
the end?
Jack.
Oh
Yes,
fuck!
he does.
You know,
Can't believe
you know,
ruined that for me.
the Titanic. I mean, as many times I've seen it, I always wonder if it's gonna sink this time.
Now there's your treasure
I always
cruise.
just cheer for the iceberg, dude. Like,
Yeah, and the end of Sixth Sense. Those names are the people who are in the movie.
I actually have never seen Sixth Sense, but
The credits.
apparently Bruce Willis
No.
is.
Credits.
Not my joke.
I got the
That's
credit
good.
jokes. I got the credit jokes. But, oh,
That's
man.
funny.
I love how we're talking in the chat as nothing. They're just
Yeah.
arguing about something anyway.
Yeah.
Chat still? Hearing and Jester or Instigator rather.
Yeah.
Wampus is in there.
Yeah, on a stick. No, if it's on a body, if it's a creature, on a stick, if
it's
it's,
on a
like
land.
a permanent, reusable.
Right.
permanent.
Yeah. Like a lantern artifact.
Yeah.
I always say stick anyway. I don't know why. I just habit of just saying the first thing comes to my mind, and then people are like, "You're wrong." I'm like, "I know I'm wrong," but
I'm gonna go with
It
it.
just
I'm
fell
gonna
out of
go
my
with
mouth.
it.
What can I
Just
do?
lean in. Yeah.
well, like Jessica Charm, totally can't hit planeswalkers. Like, sorry, I just have this really bad habit
The
of sticking
sad
my
part
foot in my
was
mouth.
is that I didn't call you out on that.
Nobody
And
did.
I'm
Everybody's like,
just
or like Manus
Really?
Rider has pro white for some reason now. Like, I don't. Gosh, dude.
Like there's just so much stuff where I'm just like, it clicks in my mind that you just said something
We
stupid.
just believe that you're right.
Like,
and,
I just,
you know.
I need to eat food
Well,
before
it's
I come
all in
here
the
or
way that he
something.
talks about it, because he just says it like he believes it. To
Yeah,
be true.
yeah, he
So
says it
with
everyone
such
else is just like,
confidence.
yeah, sure, whatever.
with such confidence that he makes everyone else believe him.
Yeah, we get so many not emails, but like feedback through other channels. They're like,
I mean-
you're so wrong with this. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm
Like you are the Glenn
Kind
Beck
of.
of MTGYou.
Glenn Beck.
At least he's
Wow,
not the
shots
Bill O'Reilly.
Oh,
Yeah, I would rather be Glenn Beck
I win
than
my
Bill
argument
O'Reilly.
because I yell louder.
Israel.
He's
sorry.
Like,
You
you
guys
know
are
what?
amazing.
Sometimes I like to get inebriated and watch Bill O'Reilly because it's like a roller coaster
Wait, do
where
you
it's
just take
fun.
a shot whenever he says something stupid? Because
Yeah,
that
at
sounds like a
first it's
terrible
funny 'cause
drinking
you're like-
game.
Chugging the
This
bottle.
this is a real human being
So wait-
that has these he's like a small child who thinks whoever yells the loudest wins. But then it's like I say, it's like a roller coaster because it's fun, and then it's scary because you're like, oh yeah, people listen to what
People
this guy
believe
has
that this
to say.
yeah,
Absolutely.
So here's the weird
Like, he's-
thing. Like, I'm kind of Republican and kind of not. Like, I'm a little bit more right wing than I am left, but I'm more just middle ground.
I'm
you
more
know?
libertarian.
But
though.
man,
That's
like
what,
my stepbrother, which is weird because he's a pothead, is super into O'Reilly and Glenn Beck for some reason, and like he just the rants he
Well,
goes
I
on,
use
dude.
inebriated, but I guess the podcast portion is over. I like watching Bill O'Reilly really stoned because it's funny and then scary and then funny again. Like somebody tried to sue him for defamation for lying about this guy. And the lawyer basically went like, well, he's got such a history of compulsive lying that you won't win in court because he's a
You should
compulsive
just
liar.
know that he
because
lies.
because everybody knows it. So
Like
it's like, what are you gonna
he's
prove?
got basically he's got a mental disorder that makes him lie, and so you can't prove that he was lying intentionally because he lies so frequently.
That is interesting.
I don't know.
That's
I
funny.
hate all media in general because they always like
Me
gang
too.
up on like Glenn
That's
Beck
why we
and
make our
O'Reilly
own,
and,
right?
Right.
Right.
That's why we're here.
That's why we geek out about
That's why
stuff
we're
going
doing
on
what we do.
in the Magic community rather than
My wife's like, she'll tell me stuff that's happened in the news. I'm like, I don't even pay attention. If anything, if there's an earthquake or a natural disaster or something important happening in the world, tell me because I don't pay attention. I need to know. I need someone to tell me if there's something important happening.
Ebola.
Wait a second.
Whoa.
That username save slot.
That new username is Save Slot.
It is Save
Pascal, is
Hi,
that
Save
you?
Slot. Blast from the past. Sorry, guys.
oh, that's cool. Give Zen Peasy a shout
Zen
out.
Peasy.
We will give
Yes.
Zen Peasy
There's
a
Zen
shout out.
Peasy.
How come you never watch our show?
Yeah, you watch these guys, but you never watch our show? Come on, man.
He's probably just in here because he sees you guys. He
And
saw.
why is he yelling? Oh, yeah, because it's Pascal and he always yells.
Oh,
Because everything's in
Burn.
caps.
Anyway, well, I guess it's time for me to get to bed.
Agreed.
know
I got to
I'm
get
not
this
vote.
posted before I go, though. So
I
Anyway.
have to go out for a Thirsty Thursday date.
yeah, we had a good post-podcast talk, though.
yeah,
Yeah,
It may
it's good
it
to
may
talk to
it
you
may
guys.
even go up on YouTube as the post podcast.
You
talk.
should.
I probably will do that.
I don't know if
because it's good.
I don't know how
'Cause it-
O'Reilly will feel about
because-
this ragging.
No, I think
These
And I
neckbeard
don't think you have
Jobins.
to edit out a single swear from me.
I don't
Jay.
think so. I don't think so. So that
I
am-
didn't say fuck once. I'm so proud of myself. I'm really
Okay.
How come
proud
you
that
can
I
say it, but I
said, like,
can't?
fuck
Come
or
on,
shit.
James.
No.
We're still
That's a-
broadcasting.
We're still broadcasting, but he
not-
doesn't
that's
have
right.
to edit the
This is going to be at the very end, and if people make it that far, then they probably are okay listening to it.
Yeah,
But
and he
except
can leave
you.
this out of the
I'm not allowed to
highlight.
say it because
No, you're not
whatever.
allowed to.
I want to though.
No, you can't.
Gosh.
You can't.
I'm
Fuck,
glad
no,
you guys
you're
kept.
not.
I'm glad you guys
I
kept
like
it
when
clean.
Blades
'cause-
came onto ours. He's just like, "Oh, there's no MTGYou
There's no
filter."
chat filter here. No.
Penis,
Why do I
penis,
have? Why do I
penis,
feel like the
penis.
fun police always? Oh, that's because I am. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway.
It's okay. Well, no, it's a valuable point though, like because we have so many like. So
Yeah,
actually,
it's not the fun police, like, because it's probably something we should do. We're closing off ourselves to a large audience.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of people who don't. For one, it's not even about offending people. It makes you look unprofessional, and that's one thing that you guys definitely have. You guys have a very professional setup here, and we love watching it. I mean,
Thanks.
it's a different direction than what we went, but I mean, we're the casual commanders. We sit
Right.
on a couch. Want you to sit on a couch. If you don't
Right.
like us,
Oh well.
know,
Don't watch.
that-
Right.
that's too bad.
And that
but I
makes
mean,
sense. I've had people tell me, I've had one person specifically say, I can't watch you because you don't have enough swearing. And I'm like, oh,
Which is
maybe
absurd.
you better find someplace else.
yeah, exactly.
Well, there was a point where we were all kind of like, oh, why can't we just be a little bit more like, robust or a little bit more lewd, yeah. And
we had
immediately, like that weekend, we got an email and like, hey, so we just want to say thanks.
Thanks for doing that
keeping
because I
it-
know I can listen to this in the car with my kids and not feel
like you have to keep
like I'm wondering if something's going to drop.
Exactly.
Right. Also, like, we also had the same. The story I'm talking about, like, is the email that we got from the teacher that let
the
the whole
teacher too,
junior
the same
high
thing.
like class because they had a magic league or something like that
Yeah.
at their school.
Keep it
So
clean,
this whole junior
guys.
high just like listen to us every single week, and we're like, oh well, we have kids now listening to us. We should probably
Yeah.
And that's really hard for me.
We try to
because
sneak it in, but
I, for one, I like the penis jokes. That's why I
Who
strive.
doesn't like a good penis joke? Come on.
Also, quick, hey Ryan Leak, long time no see.
Hi, Ryan.
And first of all, only Hayden Wood. You mean women. The word you're looking for is women. And you want to watch one of their old podcasts, which has the founder of the ladies.
Oh,
How is it? The ladies.
Yeah,
Tifa
Links
Robles.
Blockers?
Tifa Robles,
Yeah.
That was a
founder
good
I
of
actually just watched that one the other day.
Yeah, it was a good podcast. I watched it live.
yeah, I
And
had a
we're
lot of
gonna have
people
her
that
on
had
again,
mixed
too.
reviews. I had a lot of people who were like, man, she seems like she's super, like, whatever, feminist. I don't know. I had a
She
lot
is,
of mixed
but-
reviews from
Yeah,
people,
but
but
it's-
I thought
no,
it went
but
really well.
I think that's the point, though, is that
Right.
you can be feminist without being.
We actually need to email her and have her back on.
I am actually not a big agreeer with the feminists because I think a lot of them take it way too far. But
Well, that's
I
the
mean,
thing is,
at my
it's such a
very core-
broad, it's a broad spectrum
It is.
when you say
It is.
Right.
Everybody's
And
all over the
most-
place. What feminism means
Femininity.
to one person isn't the same thing as another person.
Yeah, everyone's got a different.
And a lot of
definition.
those feminists, they're not feminists. They're they're
Haters.
hardcore feminists.
Yeah, there's a lot of militant feminists.
And
out
she
there.
isn't
Anyway,
like that, though.
that's why
No,
I prefer to say I'm an equalist.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Interacting with her, I definitely felt good vibes, and I felt
Yeah. I didn't feel like
I
she was
felt
hating
good
on us
about
or anything.
Where
I didn't-
she
Yeah, no,
was
it
going
was-
either.
it was
forward
good.
with her
Yeah.
society and
But
such.
we do need to actually email her and Mike and have them back on
Absolutely.
So.
at some point. But anyway,
All right. Well, we're going to say goodnight. We appreciate you coming on, and we
Thanks
will definitely
again.
have you again.
I'll probably see you
Hi,
guys
viewers
Monday.
and Ryan and Pascal. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you.
Yep.
We'll talk to you later.
Later,
Thanks,
guys.
Bye, guys.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Very large can of debate lyrics.